What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. I'm your host, 34, and today I have my guests.
Balisong Musik. My name is Wolf. This is
Ray Ray.
and we're a rap duo from Phoenix, Arizona, representing Phil Amps and Filipinos everywhere.
For sure. First question off the top of my head: when did you guys get started with the whole music thing?
We, as a group, started in 2019. As you know, we just kind of like, what would you say? Like we told this so many times, right? Like,
yeah.
But
It started off of just collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at first it was just a collaboration where we were like, let's just make a song together, let's put on for our people. And that first single that we put out was The Land. And at that point we were like making the music video already, and we were seeing how like, yo, we could totally like make this bigger than us. So that's kind of the root of Balisong Musik. That's how we started. Like we looked at the purpose of our group and what we wanted to like convey to our listeners, and also like like what our purpose is. Like we want to let people know, hey, this is what we're about, and we have like Filipinos and Phil Amps that we want to represent. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like one of the main reasons that we kind of join forces. But individually, I've been making music as Wolftown since I was like probably in high school. I've been just producing my own beats. I've been writing my own raps, and I put out like songs on SoundCloud, Spotify. I did all my solo stuff before I met Ray, and I've been doing it for a while. And to this day, I still put out like solo stuff besides Balisong Musik. So like I'm only 25, so I'd say I'm still pretty new in the game, but I'm learning a lot of things, and I'm learning a lot from her.
I'm learning a lot from him too. But I've been in it for about 12 years now. I'm not gonna reveal my age. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, you don't have to. No need to. Yeah.
This is my little brother, and he got me back into the game actually, because I took a little bit of a break to focus on our business. We started a dance studio here in Arizona, and me and my partner. And because of that, I kind of put music in the back, just to focus on dance more. You're still there?
Oh, I'm here. My video kind of crapped out, but I was just fixing it. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and then it was because of The Land, when I was like, I just got kind of like that idea, or that thing that was just in the back of my head that's just like, hello, when are you gonna play with me again,
Yeah.
It was that music itch, and he got me back into it. After that, it was like boom, boom, boom. We never stopped since.
Yeah.
That's dope. I'll tell you right now, I think I came across your guys' I don't know if it was sponsored or not, or maybe there was an account that also listened to your music and they reposted it, but it was the introduction music video. Yeah, I saw that and I'm all like, oh shit, let me go check this out. And then I think I listened to Barriers, and I'll tell you right now, it's one of those songs that kind of like got me all teary-eyed and shit, just because like I was just feeling it so much. And we all kind of got those songs, but definitely I was like, all right, this is something that speaks to my soul, and I'm just grateful to have you guys on so we can talk shop basically. But yeah,
thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah, and I'm totally excited with what you guys do. I don't know too many artists that come from Arizona, or like that's repping it as hard as you guys right now. But yeah, so it's pretty interesting. Tell me about that. The music scene out in Arizona. Is it crowded, or is it like you got space to grow?
There is a lot of untapped potential, untapped talents here, untapped artists here. So definitely, it's like a sleeping giant. With like, it's a hotbed of just really talented artists that just like ready to blow up.
Word.
unfortunately, it's just the I'd say the demographics and just how it is, the lifestyle here in Arizona. It's very different from like LA and the Bay, where it's very fast paced and there's like more stuff to do, more venues, more there's more activities and more people.
Yeah.
People of like a diverse group of people. Over here, it's just kind of like I don't know, like very little. Like it's a growing community of Filipinos, but not as much as California, and like it's just very like spotty, I guess, in terms of like the music scene here. So it's just like it's very difficult to come out of Arizona. Like there's only very few people that come out of Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least people that have broken through the mainstream.
Right, mainstream.
But like underground scene is pretty heavy. It goes pretty deep in Arizona. But a lot of them do it just for the passion of it, not really like to blow up or anything.
Right.
They're still doing it, but just for the love of music, not so much to like a lot of the OGs aren't really on Instagram. I know a lot of like rappers who aren't like all about the numbers or anything like that, but they're still doing it. So I say music scene wise, there's a lot of passionate cats.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, shoot, maybe you guys, like, I don't know if it's been out there already, but maybe some kind of Arizona music festival just to highlight all the artists out there. Maybe it'll get popping. That'd be.
Yeah, there is a Easy Hip Hop Festival that usually goes on every year. And then, that's like the biggest one that I know, like the biggest event that artists, like in hip hop artists that that perform in. I've actually been part of one of those events, but since the pandemic happened, it's just kind of like they canceled last year, and now they're doing like virtual shows. So that's like one of the major, I guess, venues that hip hop artists go to in Arizona. Yeah, it's like underground hip hop, right? Underground AZ hip hop, and then AZ hip hop international or AZ hip hop festival.
Yeah. But because of the pandemic, because there are more virtual shows now, I think it's easier to kind of break through nowadays since you don't have to really leave to be seen.
Yeah.
Like right now, you're in what, Daly City?
Yeah, I'm in Daly. So you guys been up here yet or nah? Yeah. That's what's up. But I found you guys through Instagram, so right now is definitely the time, I guess, to take advantage of the social media game. More people are scrolling through their phones, honestly, but yeah, so that was a nice little intro, but that actually wasn't the introduction questions. So let me start off with that one. The first question I'd like to ask you both is how have you guys been? Just in general. You guys been doing well or struggling? Just let me know.
Man, that's like sure, man. I'm hanging in there. Obviously, like I feel like there's an itch to like perform live. I miss it. I miss being in front of the crowd and stuff like that. But like, yeah, just waiting for that opportunity again, and just like right now, I'm just kind of like figuring out the next move, basically. But always creating something and pushing myself to do it. That's kind of where I'm at. But what about you?
I'd say like generally, I'm happy.
Gotcha.
But it's been like since just the pandemic, it's been such a roller coaster. I don't think there's ever been like a really long streak of just like hurrah. There's always like something thrown at us, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, 2020 was a whole woo, but we're still kind of feeling that the remnants through 2021. But we're definitely like we never stop. That was one thing that I learned is like no matter what. I mean, sure, we took like mental health days. I've learned how important that was and how important that was. That ties in with your productivity also. Just
for sure.
A little break there. But yeah, we've been spending time with our friends, our family a lot more, and that helped so much.
Yeah.
And like before, we've just been like going with work and everything, you know. And like we never got the time to really just slow down and like see our parents like as much as we're seeing them now and hanging out with our friends. And because of the whole thing, it made us kind of slow down and figure out what do we really want. You know, if the world was about to end tomorrow, what are you gonna do? Like, well, what are you gonna do? You know, if you only have like, this limited amount of time. But because of that, it was such a roller coaster. Like some days we could be like on cloud 9, and other days we're like so far down there. You know, but because we're so, I feel like we figured out who our real ones are. It's so much easier to get out of it because we figured out like why we're doing it in the first place.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And yeah, I agree with you guys. It gave us a chance to step back a little bit, right? And that reflection period, it wasn't just a weekend, it was a whole year of reflection, you know. So
I feel like it's still going.
oh yeah, it's still going. But yeah, do you guys feel like there's more a year later? You feel like there's more direction, or you guys have more direction? I felt, because in the beginning I would say I felt a little lost, you know, just had so much free time on my hands, and I'm like, okay, well, like you said, what is it that matters to me, and what is it that, you know, I really want to do? Do you feel like there's more direction a year later, or?
I feel like it.
Yeah.
Sure. I feel like it made us like, it gave us this tunnel vision. Like, what do you really want? What do you want out of life? And I feel like even though 2021 was so heavy, 2020 or 2021, this whole time,
2020 plus,
2020 plus,
yeah,
has been so heavy. Like really, like just focused in on what we want. Like what do you really want?
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of like, that's all you can do really, is just focus in, like have that retrospect, like a perspective, or like talk with yourself, you know what I mean? Like really all what 2020 was for me, like just, and like so today, like, you know, it's just like looking into myself and like really figuring out what I really want, and just going for it, you know, and just being fearless about it. But it is a struggle sometimes, you know. It's some days are like, man, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know if this is like the right move. But like right now, I think it's not just us that's experiencing this type of like, questioning.
yeah.
Definitely something that you learn to overcome.
It's unavoidable, you know, the ups and downs. So yeah, we're all here on the ride, you know, we're all riding together, so no worries. But so my second question is, what would you like the audience to know about you, you know? Or I'm a stranger to you guys too, so what would you like me to know about you guys?
What would I like people to know about me? I am a human being.
Yeah.
I make mistakes, but I have so much potential, I feel, and I'm not afraid to be afraid.
For sure.
Yeah.
To be you,
I'm
right?
not afraid. But I feel like I bask in that, but I come out of it. I mean, I'm still here, you know, and I want people to know that I feel like I'm a testament to freaking going for it, like no matter the circumstance. I've been in such a low place, but just being able to still be here and talk about it, I feel that that's one of my strengths.
Yeah,
I feel you.
Yeah, man. For me, I'm just a regular dude who loves music. and make raps, loves to make beats, and loves to talk about music in general. And like I just love like the process. I love the the little things about music, and also like how to like put yourself out there, and all those things. You know what I mean? I love talking about like different genres and hip hop artists, hip hop, all those hip hop heads. You know, I love talking about all that stuff. But I just want people to know that like I'm serious about this. You know what I mean? I'm like I don't just I love music, but I'm not just doing it as a hobby. You know what I mean? Like I want people to know that I really want this, and I'm out here to prove something. You know, like
Word.
It's like
Yeah.
It's really for real for me. You know what I mean? So
That's dope.
yeah.
Well, thank you for you guys' answers for sure. I feel them. Now the next question is, are you living the dream? And if not, what does the dream look like for you?
That's kind of
I feel like I'm in a dream.
I think that's kind of subjective. You know, it depends on what you think of, like when it comes to like that. Like what is your dream basically, and are you living? I think because like right now I feel like in a way I am,
Mm-hmm.
because like there's other people, I know there's people out there who are like wish that they were living my life as well, even though like nothing's like, I feel like I still have a lot to prove. To them it's like I'm already living the dream. So you know, it's just kind of like perspective too, you know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
in a way I feel like I'm not there where like my expectations aren't, you know, met yet, but I feel like if I just like really ground myself and like really think about where I'm at in my life, like I'm not doing so bad, you know. So I feel like in a way, I'm living I'm living my dream.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
For me, I feel that everything that has happened to me, like I've manifested. Like I feel that at one point I was like, I wish, or this is my dream. I hope to, you know, like have a space where I just do art. I wish that I could just do art for a living, and I'm doing that right now. And but I feel like the dream never stops.
Yeah.
So once we get to that place, I'm never really content because there's so much more.
It just keeps growing.
Yeah, it just keeps
growing.
growing.
Getting bigger.
But the ultimate dream for me really is just to make my parents proud and to be able to provide for my parents and like my family and my friends, you know, just for not just for me to be comfortable, but also to give back and be at that place where I can give more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely important. Yeah. And I mean, you know, similar to what you guys had said, my dream is to talk to people in this sense and have deep conversations. But and in that case, I am living the dream. I guess if my dream were to change, you know, maybe I'd be making some money off it, but that's the bigger dream. But yeah, so I think like, you know, everyone talks about dreams, and I think growing up for me, it's changed the meaning from something that, you know, seems unattainable and so big to just, you know, are you reaching your goals? You know, are you know, like meeting those marks? So I feel you guys. Fourth question in the intros is, what would you like your descendants to know about you? If you're unsure about how to answer this, I reframe it by saying, what would you have liked to know about your ancestors, and how could you answer that for future generations? I mean, I like to think of it as, you know, if my descendant was trying to figure out who they were, and they were kind of looking back and trying to figure out, you know, oh, I wish I knew what my great-great-grandfather was like. So what would you like your descendants to know about you?
For me, well, like right now, at this time, like as far as like representation for our kind, there's not that much, right?
Yeah.
So I would want my descendants to know that you are able to, you can achieve your dreams, and that you don't have to follow a mold just to please others. You can provide for yourself based on what you really want, based on your passion, based on what you dream of. Yes, that's what I want them to know.
That's pretty well put.
It's freaking possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. And I just wanted to know, like, dream big, dream big, and work hard, and work, till you get what you want. Basically, that's just the American dream too. Like, you work, the harder you work, the higher the more you get, the more rewards you get. So that's kind of like my mindset, in a way, where like, talent. What was talent? Well, hard work beats talent. That's what I'm trying to say. Hard work beats talent, and also hard work builds talent. So
I haven't heard that one. That was a good one. Hard work builds talent, for sure.
Yeah. So keep working on your craft, and if you really love it, pursue it with all your heart, and the universe will lead you to, where your heart lies.
And also, just because you don't see someone who looks like you on TV on the big screen, it doesn't mean it's not possible. Be that person. Be that person on TV. be that representation for other people. And I feel like that's my dream. That's our goal. To represent for our kids.
Yeah. So
that years from now they're like, oh, if it's possible for them, then it's possible for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did you have something to add? Look like.
No.
All right.
We're all put right there. I mean.
I feel you. I feel you.
He's cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. That's just my personality. I find that, like, I've had a lot of small talk with a bunch of people throughout my whole entire life, right? And it never hits the same way it does when I'm talking to my friends around a campfire, or in the backyard, just talking about real shit, right? Yeah.
That's like damn.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think, right, like, it's dope that I can just reach out to you guys, and you guys are just open to have that kind of conversation with somebody you just met, and I think there's more people like that out there. And yeah, I think we all miss it too. We haven't been going on trips with our friends and doing these conversations, so this is my way of trying to make it happen.
Awesome.
But, so number 5 is, how well do you know yourself? You could give me a scale from 1 to 10 if you can't say it into words, but yeah, how well would you say you know yourself?
I surprise myself every day.
For sure.
You surprise me all the time. So.
Who are you? I would say man, that's a hard question.
It's cool. We could skip it, if you guys, keep it rolling.
I'm there now. I'm like, wait, do I know?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to answer that because, like, sometimes you can't really tell.
Okay. Yeah.
You learn more about yourself from what people see,
right,
or what people say, or like through what they see through you. So
but I mean, like, we have core values.
Yeah.
We stand by, like, a lot of things, like, that we believe in. But man, there's just, our brains are so, like, whoo. Sometimes they're like, wait, what? Did I just think of that?
Yeah.
But I mean, that could be just because we could be vessels to, like, untapped energies that just pass through us sometimes.
Right.
I don't know.
We could talk about that too. But
simply like you have days where you're like, wait, I'm acting like kind of different right now.
Yeah, no, I have those days too. I'm like, yo, you need to chill.
Is that another spirit?
You need to chill. But yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
But
That's a hard question.
that is a hard question.
It's cool. We can move on if it's like just too. I will tell you. My cop out answer is I tell people I'm a 5. You know, there's stuff that I do know, there's stuff that I don't know, and like things that I'm still learning. But yeah, like you said, it's kind of like where you are in life, right? I feel like maybe in my highest points, I felt like, oh, I know who I am, you know, and in my lowest points, I feel like I don't know who I am. So yeah, that it goes in waves for sure.
I'm gonna take for a 5.
And I also think that it can fluctuate.
Yeah.
Because you can, you know, it just depends on the situation where you're at in your life. Like, it can definitely change, you know, how you think and or how you adjust with a certain thing. You know what I mean? So you from today could be a 5 and then tomorrow could be a 4 or like
Or a 1.
or you know, just depends on what the situation is. So yeah, man.
I hear ya. All right, this last one is a little more light, and you guys are, you know, musicians and artists, so I'm curious what you're gonna say. But what is your jam? You walk into the club, you hear that song, and you're like, "That's my jam." What is your jam?
I don't know if you hear this at the club, but Alanis Morissette, you ought to know.
Okay. For sure.
Club.
Dang, this is a hard question for me. Cause I have a lot of jams, man.
This is the first one that comes to mind. You know, you don't have to overthink it. You know, just be like, you hear.
J. Cole.
Oh, okay.
Good enough.
Which one?
Can't get enough.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's playing in my head now. I can't get it out of my head. But for sure. Well, thank you for opening it up. That was just a little warm up, so we can get the conversation rolling. You guys know how my personality is a little bit more now too. But yeah, so before we jump into the main meat, I have a little icebreaker, which is a spelling bee. I'm just gonna. It's really just. I'm gonna give you guys one word. That one word is you only have you have 2 chances, and I'll stop you if you get you're going the wrong direction. But if you get it right, it qualifies you for the spelling bee episode that I eventually want to do down the future. But yeah, if you guys are open to, if you don't want to, and it's all good. But yeah.
Competitive games. It's spelling bee competitive.
So you guys down or?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's
I'm
do
feeling
it.
a 5 right now.
Who's going first?
I can go
Let
first.
it go.
All right. So your word is gonna be liaison. Liaison. You need a definition? I can use it in a sentence.
I know what it
Language
is.
of origin.
I know what it is.
All right.
LIASSON.
You got another chance.
LISON.
I'm sorry, man. It is tricky as hell. I'll tell you that, man. You want to give it a chance, Ray? Liaison.
LIA. What's the language of origin?
Let me see if I can find this.
This in a sentence.
Okay, in a sentence.
I'm just joking.
Because I read the sentence on the site right now, and it says a butter and flour liaison. And I'm like, all right, what kind of sentence is that?
It's not what I was thinking.
Me either. Or a press liaison. That's.
Liaison.
You got 2 chances still, so I didn't hear you commit.
LIAS.
I'll stop you there. So
C.
think about where I stopped you at. and you got one more chance. You got one more chance.
L-I-A. Oh my God. S. Oh. N.
I'm sorry. You did not get that one either.
No.
You guys should look it up real quick. Find out what a liaison is. But yeah, don't worry. You're not the first ones to get it wrong. I find it to be a really tricky word. Not every, because you can visualize it, but then when you see it, you're just like, damn. There's that letter in the middle that you're just like.
Oh.
That's tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky. But thank you for participating. Eventually, there's gonna be I have other game show ideas in my mind. I just gotta like flesh them out a little more. But yeah, I'll definitely reach out to you guys again. If you guys want to come on for like a Jeopardy kind of thing.
Do it.
Give us some here.
I got you. All right. So let's jump into the main interview. You guys can just give me a random number between 1 and 34, and then I'll let you know what that question is.
34.
Oh, thank you. What do you look for in a leader? And yeah, let's start with that one.
You want to answer that?
Yeah. Let me think. I look for in a leader is someone that can lead.
I got you.
Let me answer.
So you answer first. Let me think about my answer.
What I look for in a leader, for sure, is someone who can make those hard decisions.
That's what I was gonna say.
Someone who sees the bigger picture, but at the same time doesn't ignore the little people or the little problems. You know what I mean?
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone that can like empathize with you, like that, and also like cares about you as a person.
Yeah.
And not just like I don't know, like an employee or whatever, or some product or some number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll look for someone that really can understand what my problem is and can help me solve it, basically.
For sure.
And yeah, like a leader that makes the hard decisions.
Yeah. Because there's always split.
Yeah, you can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody. Someone has to be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that a trip? Like, I don't know what experiences you guys ever had. I've had 10 jobs in 10 years, so I've seen a lot of people try to be a leader, and I've seen the ones that I felt like were good and which ones were bad, and yeah. I mean, even the ones that I thought were bad, maybe they were just making the decision that I didn't like, but they were still making that hard decision. Yeah, it's tough being a leader. I don't know if you guys ever had been thrust upon to that role before in your lives, and it's just like, damn, like, who you are as a person, but then all these people are going to basically judge you based on whatever decision you make, because it's like,
exactly.
It affects them. And
yeah, because like sometimes, like I used to be in like a youth group, and I was like one of the leaders. I was like leading camp, and had to make like hard decisions sometimes. But like me, I'm like, sometimes I like to try to please everybody, but as a leader, you can't. You have to make the right decision that, for the whole group, like unbiased decision too. So you just have to do what's hard sometimes, like if not everybody agrees with it, but it's the right thing to do, then, I think that's what makes a good leader, is just making those hard decisions. And
yeah, I've been thinking about how you would, combat that, or kind of give yourself some space so people know where you're coming from when you do make the hard decisions. So in my mind, if I was ever put in that kind of situation, I'd probably tell the people, like, so this is my decision. If you have any, comments, questions, concerns, come talk to me about it, like one-on-one, just so like you can kind of explain your thinking to them, and maybe that way it would help. And that's another thing, I think a good leader needs to be open, kind of be able to communicate, like you said, hear people out and understand people's perspectives. But
also, because I lead, co-director at a dance studio.
Oh, for
I've
sure.
learned the leadership role could be like divided into other leadership roles as well. Like there are some people that are better at certain aspects of leadership, and others on like different, because there's just so much. Like for me, sometimes I get anxieties leading a crowd, but like my partner is like so perfect at that, like just really directing. But I could like lead in a more as far as like creating something like say choreography, and like lead in different ways. So I feel like leadership can be subdivided into people as well, and like as a leader, like being open to asking for help.
Yeah, and knowing like what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are, and
letting other people like
emphasize
that.
it. So definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that saying about how like a leader is always gonna hire smarter people than them, because they're gonna yeah. So I feel y'all. All right, throw me another number.
17.
17. All right, this is a fill in the blank, but religion is blank.
What the
Religion is it like one word?
No, it could just be like an idea or theory, or like your thoughts on what religion is.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I feel that nobody truly knows why we're here, right? Like truly knows. I feel like religion gives people that like grounding, like a sense of hope. Because otherwise, if you don't believe in anything, we would just be floating around. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel religion. For me, there's a difference between like organized religion and like being spiritual, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm more of a spiritual person. Like I've studied under different religions, and they all pretty much come to the same conclusion that like same values of just be a good person, and like but religion to me, it's such a split, because at times it's like, I don't know, it's I don't really believe in like organized religion so much, but at the same time, how can you tell people to not when it helps them?
It's a community. Yeah, it gives them.
How can you take that away when like other people don't believe in anything and they're just lost?
So for me, I think that religion isn't bad. I think the people in the religion has a play into like kind of pushing people away sometimes, or like it's more of the damn, this is a really tough question for me, because like I used to be a practicing Catholic, because I used to be in like CFC. I think you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be in CFC, and I was like a leader, and I used to lead praise and worship. But I kind of had it fallen out because of the people that were in there. It was kind of like very judgmental, and like you see things that are like you think, oh, he's saying one thing but they're doing another, so it's like very hypocritical. And there's a lot of things that I've learned to kind of accept, and also learn to kind of not accept in a way, you know what I mean? So like, it's a very tricky question for me, and it's a tricky spot for me because like my whole high school to like college, like first year of college, I was like part of the ministry, or like I was part of it. I was very active, but it was really like, you know, I had it fallen out because the people that were there, they were like, it wasn't helping me grow spiritually in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But so I still believe in like in God, and you know, I still believe in a higher power, but like it's hard for me to like attach myself to any religion anymore because of that. Like it's just you know, yeah, it's very tough to answer it.
No, for sure, and I appreciate you guys talking about it. I know it's not easy to talk about, especially when you have like firsthand experience in something. Yeah, for me, I went to Catholic private school growing up, K through 8. So it was pretty ingrained in my head, and you know, Filipino families are sometimes super religious. My mom is pretty super religious, but you know, I appreciate the fact that she was kind of open to how my spirituality was different, and it was growing and kind of more open than the old school way of thought. And yeah, man, I think religion is personal. I don't think it's like organized religion is what I have a problem with, because they're basically corporations, right? So yeah, I think religion is just a personal thing. Everybody kind of finds what they believe in, and as long as we're all on the same page about being a good person, then I don't think there's like, you know, anything too wrong with people having different reasons why the sun comes up, you know. But yeah, religion's crazy, and definitely we could talk about that more in another time.
People like strong in their faith. You know, I like whatever helps you figure that out. You know, whatever helps you get through the day. Whether that's believing in something like that or being a part of something bigger than yourself like that. I don't knock that at all.
It definitely. I was just gonna say it definitely builds community. You know, a lot of these religions, they make people feel like they belong, and you know, have a place where there's people who are like-minded, which is super important, right? Like I feel like you guys might find that in music and in dance, and you know, I find it in talking to people. So we're all just looking for something to be a part of something bigger, you know. No, I just wish they didn't take the money, you know. But yeah. But yeah, you all right? You guys good? So let's jump into the next question. You throw me another number.
21.
21. All right. This was a little heavy, but it is. What are you currently struggling with, and how do you plan on working on it?
Man.
Go for it.
Shoot. No, I like this. This is cool.
Therapy.
I know. You're like basically a therapist, bro.
I appreciate that. Yeah, this is therapy for me too, to be honest. So yeah.
Right now I'm struggling with a little bit with my self-confidence, and also like breaking through my own fears, and a little of like just like putting myself out there more, and letting go, and trying not to, and trying to just do me, you know, like those blinders, and you know, right now it's just figuring out what I want to do, and like going back to my purpose, like why I'm doing it, and like what I plan on doing to overcome it is to just start doing it, you know, and start making something.
For sure.
Either posting something or like no, this is like basically like music wise. That's what I'm trying to.
I got you.
You know what I mean? And like becoming my fear of failure, basically. Yeah, I just have to start. I take it day by day and not put too much pressure on myself. It's, artists do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Like that's like an ongoing battle. I have like good days, I have bad days. I have high moments, and I have like very low moments. I think as a collective, like a lot of artists, a lot of musicians go through like depression. It's because like I guess we aspire to be great, you know. And sometimes we get too competitive, I guess, have that competitive mentality of like, and looking at other people's journeys, and then you compare yourself to them, and you get down to like, you know, you're meeting like your expectations. That's just a, I guess, but you know, you just learn how to overcome it by just you know, and letting what other people say put you down, you know. Yeah, man, that's
no, for sure.
That's what I'm sure, but I'm learning, man. I like it's a process. You know that I've had these phases before, and I know I'll overcome it again. So
for sure. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for opening up. I mean, just to open up myself a little bit, I don't know how many failed rappers you'd ever talk to, or if they consider themselves as a failed rapper, but I'm one of those people, man. I was trying to be a rapper for a long time until I would say I was 27. And like, basically my dad told me, he's like, so you're not famous yet, what are you gonna do now? And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, let me think of other things that I'm good at and other things I'm passionate about. And yeah, like I definitely understand the whole feeling of, like, at least for me, there's always moments where I felt like I lost it, where I felt like I didn't have the same, I don't know, motivation, drive, or even just ability to get my expressions out on paper or into words. It felt like, you know, I don't know for you guys, but for me, like, writing felt like a puzzle. You know, it felt like there was words that I could put in together to express how I felt, and then at a certain point it felt like I didn't know how to figure out that puzzle anymore, and you know, that didn't feel good anymore. But yeah, I mean, one thing I always kind of like try to tell myself to keep going was that Jay-Z didn't release his album till he was 26, Reasonable Doubt, and you know, look where he's at now. And so it always kept me thinking to myself, like, you know, as long as that I'm working on it, as long as I'm putting stuff out there. And my biggest mistake was not getting out there enough. I thought it would be good enough to just be in my room making a million songs, and that would be enough. When I underestimated the value of just being in front of people, just so they know that that's what I was doing in my room, you know? So yeah.
Definitely, I feel that, man.
For sure.
Hey, man, 2 Chainz, he's like almost, and like he popped up when he was like what? A lot, like when he was a lot older.
Yeah, no, he was. He's
I don't think there's age to it, because anybody can pop off at any time. Yeah, I mean,
But like that I didn't take that break, I would have been like, whatever. But I feel like where I'm at right now, I'm like, I'm here. I'm doing it now, even if, I took that break. I was like, I think it's timing for me. Maybe I had to learn something during that time. And it's because ever since we started it just felt like it just fit. Everything was just like flowing, like path of least resistance. So I knew it was just kind of waiting for me, But,
No doubt.
yeah. But I totally feel what you said.
Yeah.
And a lot of my motivation came from like someone saying I can't do it, and then that just fires me up, especially when it's a guy. Just being, I'm like, oh yeah.
It's like I didn't even want to do it, but now I do. Like that's like, same with me.
But yeah.
For sure. So we have about like 10 minutes left before we gotta start wrapping up. So I think we can get a couple more questions in. And yeah, so throw me another number. 5. Okay. What would you say is your natural talent, and how did you discover it?
I think my natural talent was singing. Before I rap, I was singing.
Singing? Is singing?
Yeah.
Oh shit. For sure.
Yeah, like back in kindergarten, I was already singing. I was already entering like in the Philippines. I was entering like contests and singing contests. My grandma would always,
Okay.
she'd always, tell me like, you're gonna be like you're gonna be an artista,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're gonna win this competition, and like I won like a couple of them. So yeah, I think that's my talent, singing, and I've always been singing, like to this still sing, but that is.
You still sing.
I mean, I do, like I sing in karaoke.
For sure.
But, yeah.
For me, my natural talent, I would say, is so I do a lot of things, but that's just me like kind of figuring it out and like, learning it. And then, but I think natural wise is us. Like I am really into grids, and then I think that like spills in like in sports, like playing and like writing and all the other things I do. But like there's something about patterns. I feel like I see it. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that.
That's sick. That's sick.
Yeah. I didn't learn. Like I didn't know. Oh, let me figure out. These patterns. I can just sense it ever since little.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I don't. What was that?
Too, like when I'm making music, it's like before, like I had to learn how to rap, but like I can create a melody just like that. I can create melody for days, but like writing how to rap, make these patterns, I had to like learn how to do that stuff. I had to keep doing it. So that's cool.
For sure. Before we jump into the last question, why don't you tell the folks out there how they can find your stuff, like your music, your IGs, whatever you want to throw out there real quick. Go for it.
So you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at TikTok, at Balisong Musik with a K. And our music is on Spotify, iTunes, all of the streaming platforms, and also Bandcamp. So yeah, check us out. We got more coming. We got a single coming out pretty soon, and we're pretty excited.
For sure. And yeah, you guys will find links to their stuff in the description and on the IG and everything. So check them out. All right, Balisong Musik. Last question to wrap it all up is: what is the greatest lesson you've learned thus far?
Greatest lesson.
Thus far. We always learning.
I'll let you answer that first. still
I'm
thinking
trying
about
to think.
There's a lot of lessons.
Oh, I got one.
Mm.
Lesson like recently is to like there's this voice in your head like super that tells you this like super destructive story that's not real. It's not real. That is not real. It's like part of yourself that I don't know, it's like this when it's scared, it does this like fight or flight response or something. It just creates like this endless story that just puts you down so that you'll run away, you know?
Yeah.
The lesson I got out of that is not listen to that. It's like a total mess. And it's just a story that you come up with because you're scared.
For sure.
Are you gonna be scared or are you gonna fight? Fight or flight. That's my lesson recently.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. Are you gonna fight?
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me is to just don't take anything for granted. It's my biggest lesson. Like with everything in my life. My job, my dick, my parents, my girlfriend, anything for granted because they can all be taken away. So just live life every day and appreciate them and love them.
For sure. For sure.
I love you.
Well, yeah. Once again, just want to thank you guys for your time and coming on. I thought it was a great conversation. I hope you guys had fun too.
That was fun. Do this again, bro. It's cool.
Yeah. If you.
With a campfire.
Hey, I'll definitely hit y'all up if I ever get down there. My job, they're like based out of Arizona too, but they have their operations out here in San Francisco, and that's where I'm at right now. But sometimes they'll send us out there, and if they do, I'll hit you guys up if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The wood.
yeah, me and my bro actually going to the Bay in April. So, if you're in town, just let me know. You might have to link up.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, if you I don't know how often you guys been out here, or if you guys need sightseeing and stuff, let me know what you're interested in, and then I could kind of help let you guys know where to head, what to hit up. But yeah, so let me just say peace.